right, the end of day one. I did a recap for you guys, obviously, with the bike after the race 2. This is the end of day one. Really actually incredible how much you can learn just by following these actual fast people. I was following Joey through the carousel and I realized where he was on the gas, where I wasn't, and I went, oh, that's how that's done. Next race ran a 1:03.7 on the first flying lap. So something like that is definitely worth paying attention to. Good times. Now we're gonna go see if the water pump's busted. Okay, so remember how the water pump wasn't working? Well, Steve tells me this thing happened on the ZX10 one time. Basically the same idea, started the bike with a frozen or slushy mixture of water and it just backed off the nut on the water pump impeller. Checking mine, I was like, oh please, Lord, let it be so. Seems to be fine, yeah, so there's the impeller. I got the bolt, which is just in the hose. I ran 2 races with no water pump. The temperature scale went off of 250 is the max it reads, and it went to just high. It was just like HI, high. Not even H-I-G-H, high, just H-I. Hi, we're about to blow. That is fantastic. We'll put that together and come back tomorrow like with a bike that runs right. Okay, so it's not as simple as just the impeller wheel came off. The impeller wheel bolt sheared off, and it sheared off the shaft. And now I have my bike. If you can see that, I don't know if you can, right back in here. Yeah, you can't see that, sorry. I'll get some better ones. I'll get some better shots here in a second. Basically, I have the water pump and the oil pump out of the bike right now, and I'm gonna JB weld. I'm gonna JB weld the nut to the impeller and try to get through one practice session and 2 races, and then I'll replace all of it. We'll see. I've never had to work on my bike at a track before. I come out here and break PBs and go fast and do all that kind of stuff, and now I'm working on my bike at a track. Good morning from the second day. So the JB weld trick worked, I think. That's the water pump. Water pump's actually on the impeller shaft there. And I don't know if you can see that. If I can look at, I'm looking at the lenses. I'm looking at it. All right. See how janky that is? How sideways that is? But it's stuck together. That's all that matters. I got a heat gun on. There you go. You can see it on the block. Kind of warm up the oil and stuff like that. It's been on there for probably about an hour now. And I've got the rest of the pieces. You can, there we go, right there. Right there. And we're gonna do surgery and we're gonna put it back together. I am gonna miss the first practice just to make sure that this is in there right. And I'm gonna, make sure I get the burp the motor really well. And then I'm just gonna try to run one practice to make sure it's good. And then we got 2 races and that's it. And when I get back, this is getting replaced. Fun times. Made the second practice. The water pump is working-ish, but because the bolt isn't pushing it all the way in, what's happening is the impeller is rubbing the inside of the housing and it's shaving off a little bit of the impeller. So basically the whole system is jacked, but we knew that, you JB weld things back together, that's what it is. So new water pump when I get back. It's gonna be lovely. Almost rear-ended a guy in practice. That was pretty exciting. No GoPro footage, of course. That's when those things happen. Yeah, let's not do that next time, because I actually told the guy how to take the line and he was totally on that line, but he was going about 5 seconds a lot slower. So I came in smoking hot and then realized too late that that was a collision that was about to happen. Grammed on the front brakes, lifted the rear wheel off the ground, missed him, ran off all the way to the fence. And if you've been to Talladega, you know where the fence is. Yeah, that was pretty incredible. So now we wait. See Superbike coming up. Okay, man, it has been a minute since I have edited anything. Let's see, this was April No, that was not April. This was February 20th. Right now, today, it's Mother's Day. So that means it's, what is it? May 9th. It's May 9th. So anyway, here we go. Some kind of race that's gonna happen. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna commentate for you. Let's go. All right, so let me check, see if GoPros are on apparently. No, in all seriousness, yeah, it has been stupid busy, guys. Like, what I'm gonna start doing is not doing so much of the commentary and stuff like that up front. I'm gonna try to get into the good stuff right away. You know, the racing, that's what we're here for, right? Maybe do a little backstory and stuff like this. So from this weekend that you see here, which was, you know, February 20th, like 10 weeks ago, right? Things are gonna change a little bit in my edits. It's still gonna be good, but we'll see. By the way, the experts are about to start. Here they go. All right, so we're about to go up. Real quick, guys, I don't have 360 on this bike right now, so comment below if you think that it adds something or if it isn't necessary. So watch this whole thing through, comment, let me know. Here we go. Oh boy, we're gonna start. I don't start very well. I did work on that. So, oh, off the limiter a little bit. And it happens sometimes. You upshift and miss it. It's fine. So I'm back in the pack a little bit here. Yeah, that was close. Man, I tell you what, sometimes it does get like, it gets pretty feisty, you know. Oh, go run the outside. Yeah, hopefully we can make this stick. And not so much. That's fine. I'm pretty strong into the right-hander here, so I feel like maybe this is going to be a better place to pass. Oh yeah, it was a better place to pass. Dang man, look at that lean angle. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I know I've got a little bit of pace on these guys, and I know I'm strong in a couple sectors of the track, but one place I was struggling was the carousel. Watch how they gap me going on this little straightaway. Fortunately, I'm pretty strong in the farmhouse on the brakes, so I make up a lot of time there. I've got to work on that carousel thing, man. I'm just not good through there. I'm still trying to ride it like a leader bike. It's not a leader bike. Ooh, got a little squirrely going into turn one. Watch this, we're gonna come right up on him into this right-hander. Boom! But here's the difference. So you're quick in one sector, but you've got to be quick through all the sectors. So here's the carousel. Here's how my line works. I go a little bit wide, kind of bump off the rumbles on the outside like it's an MX track, but it doesn't really equate to a faster lap time. However, this guy, we're gonna go ahead and park him into the farmhouse. Sorry, bro, my spot. So in case you haven't noticed, I do these talkings while I'm sort of watching the whole thing. The edits you see, the sort of chopping between camera angles and stuff like that, I do all that beforehand, then I go back and I watch it and I talk to this camera. It seems to work, I don't know, but again, comment below, tell me what you think works, what doesn't work. Remember that 360 thing, I don't have it on this camera, or I don't have it on this bike at the moment. I think the battery wasn't working or whatever. Oh wait, here comes some action. There you go, Chase, get him. Now here's a great example. He's cutting the right line through the carousel. The bike right in front of him, look at the gap he gets. You see that? That's huge! But again, fortunately, I'm able to gain that back under the brakes. A little wide there. Strong into turn two, man. I like turn two. It's a big bowl, so you can really just carve right into it. Yep, again, the right-hander, man. Love that corner. Ooh. Trying to keep your corner speed up, but not get stuck behind, but also get ahead. It's so hard. Now watch, great example. Another time, I'm gonna go wide like I do, like on a leader bike. He doesn't. He gains the ground. I don't. I've got to change my line. So out of desperation, just sort of sent it on in there. It was a little bit cheeky. But hey, block pass, still clean, didn't touch him. My corner. You guys see those little bits of like rubber or something like flying up? I watched that and I sort of go like, is that the tire flinging up underneath through the fairing or something like that? I think it's funny. Okay, so now there's a little bit of a lull here. Now, of course I know the footage, so I'm just gonna talk to you guys real quick. I'm gonna move my face into center view and move this up into the corner like that. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to start editing a little bit differently, okay? And it's more of a time thing. I just finished up my spring semester finals, like Thursday. I finished accounting 2, you know, managerial accounting. And it's to race, to edit, to race again, to edit, you know, all that stuff. It's so hard to do. So what I'm going to start doing is making these a little bit more precise, a little bit more concise. I won't do a lot of that front end talking stuff about what's going on with the bike and all this nerdy stuff. I'm gonna get sort of right into the weekend, right into the racing, because that's what this series is about. This is American Club Racer, right? Oh, here we go, passing a lapper. Meow. But anyway, I want to sort of impart to you guys the actual racing that's going on, because that's what's really exciting. You know, sure, there's a backstory or whatever, like, you know, I blew the bike up this weekend, and there's some exciting things that are going to follow because of that. But anyway, and you'll see that. And I just want to, you know, give you guys a better appreciation for what it is to go club racing. So that's going to be the point. By the way, I did some rough calculations on the lean angles I was getting into the right-hander, and according to my, you know, precise turning of the screen and eyeballing it, you know, I measured about 53 degrees to get the horizon level in the camera shot. 53 degrees. That's a lot, man. Look at that. Did you see that? A little bit of something come up? I swear that's the tire. There's got to be a bit of the tire coming up. So another thing about riding on a track through a long series of by yourself kind of corners and this type of thing that I learned through this weekend, and I subsequently have proven it more and more as I've gone racing this year, is that you have to be on it every single corner. There's no point that you can't just be on it. You can't chill out and do track day stuff, okay? Now, I know a lot of you track day guys are like, oh, I don't chill out. Well, you do. You know, even in advanced group, you know, you guys do, okay? There's very few people I've found in track day organizations who are wringing the bike's neck every session, every lap, every corner at an event. For one thing, the atmosphere doesn't really help you with that. It is a track day, okay? Like, everybody's more laid back. A race weekend isn't like that. The atmosphere is much more high tense, much more intense, high tense, whatever. Anyway, so what you're getting is a more aggressive atmosphere that everybody else is going faster, so you do go faster. And if you don't, you're literally gonna be eaten by the wolves. That's just how it works. That's one of the reasons why I try not to do track days, especially this year. I've done 3? Yeah, not counting the preseason stuff, because that you have to, you know. Oh, hey Gabriel, doing a wheelie as he passes me. Come on, man. Put his elbow down. Meow. Bye. Oh, somebody wrecked out of there. Dude, Gabriel De Silva is fast. Okay, now everybody's like, oh, of course he's fast. He's running 58s around that track at the same time I am. And I'm doing like, what does my timer say? I think it says a 103. Yep, 103.9. That's what that lap timer says. It's a little bit off because my transponder will read, I think, a couple tenths quicker. So I think I was doing like a 103.7. Oh, here's an exciting part. Look at this. Yeah. So dude buddy, I missed a shift. He goes flying by me out of desperation. We both go in deep into one. I'm now way down I'm in the right gear, but I'm way down in the revs. So I just drag it all the way out, back to into the right-hander, back to into turn 2, and then we still make it. Now I'm running defensive. I'm like, no, I still want this position. I still gotta have it. So I'm over here like, all right, I'm gonna be a little bit close into the right-hander, make sure that he doesn't get by me. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, right there. I measured that screenshot right there at mid-corner, 53 degrees. Of course, that means it's my GoPro level to the ground, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, over 50 degrees, definitely, I think is safe to say. Again, look at that wide line, man. That wide line in the carousel. Come on. You're not on a leader bike, you know. You've got to, like, cut it a little bit closer than that. Anyway, this is the last lap. This is coming across start-finish straight. I hope you guys enjoyed this little commentary and understanding what I'm trying to do. You know, I took this time not having 360 footage to kind of explain to it. Yay, checker flag, favorite flag. So, next race, we're going to have a 360. It's going to be a little bit more exciting. So stick around.